Hello and welcome. This is going to be a 200 word per minute literary dictation, Gaining a Leash on Life, part 16, and we will begin now. Challenge yourself. If they are your life values, then they will be reflected in your life choices. So commit to embody each of these every day. Commit to be faithful to your values. Commit to finding expression of them in your daily choices. Not only will this make you faithful to your own desired way of living, but you will show the world what you see is what you get. Celebration. All animals except man know that the principal business of life is to enjoy it. Have you ever stopped and really observed dogs going about their business? As I watch Bud dig in the very special hiding place for his prized bone, he has a singularity of purpose. I call and he ignores me. He appears to be on a mission. Even the cat walking by elicits no more than a momentary glance. Bud is focused on the prize and the prize is digging. Inconveniences of hardened soil, snow cover, or even aging muscle and bones seem to be of little deterrent to his purpose. Digging is the business at hand, and digging he will do. But it is not his singularity of purpose that catches my attention. It is his approach to this business of his life. His scratching, digging, and dirt moving appear less like dreaded work and more like activity of joy and celebration. It seems reminiscent of watching children working hard to open birthday gifts. His enthusiasm doesn't appear dampened by the size of the bone, the ease of digging, nor his desire for someone else to dig for him. He doesn't appear overwhelmed by the other things on his to-do list. Actually, the closer I observe, the more I realize that Bud is not engaged in work nor business. Bud is simply being. He is simply a bone-burying Bud at that moment. It is his current state of life, and he appears to enjoy every moment of it. We, however, too often busy ourselves with so many to-dos that we have little time to be. Too often we see the business of life as a deterrent to living. You know how it goes. I will relax, I will enjoy my life when I retire, I complete my work, tomorrow, etc. I know there are times when I look around me and only see the bills or the weeds in the garden or the other caterpillars in my life, all to the exclusion of the butterflies. Too often my focus is on all that I have to do before I can ever relax and enjoy. But if I am learning anything by watching Bud and trying to gain a leash on life, it is that life with all of its caterpillars, life is still meant to be celebrated. I know that the oh so many tasks to be completed can still be approached and completed within the context of a life to enjoy. This day is life, it is not a dress rehearsal. George Santayana observed, there is no cure for birth and death save to enjoy the interval. What a truth. Life is terminal, so why do we squander a single moment fretting about our lives when it is there for us to make the best of, to enjoy, and to celebrate? I have had occasion to see people in my private clinical practice who are very unhappy with their station in life. Perhaps it is a job that they have done for 20 years that gives them absolutely no joy or satisfaction. Or maybe it is the fact that they are in college when that was never exactly what they wanted to do. While I feel sad when I hear of these situations, I am saddened more once I hear their solutions. Too often these individuals express that things will be okay sometime in the distant future. They say things like, I only have 3 more years to graduate, or if I can stick it out 14 more years, then I get a full pension. And then I wonder, if you haven't learned how to make the best of this moment, why should we assume you will make with the next? Sadly, for too many people, life, as it is called, is one long postponement. Don't let that be true for you. Don't wait until there is a perfect time, or for after all the work is completed, or for the problems to be resolved before you celebrate your life. Now is the time to live and celebrate your life. Now is the time to open that bottle of wine, or use the fancy china, or simply go out and play and enjoy. It's okay. This is the business of life. The lessons that follow, lessons on play, marking, and love, are all lessons that will point to the way of making the principal business of your life to enjoy it. Dogma 11, the dogma of play. The dog was created specifically for children. He is the god of frolic. It has been suggested at least once that perhaps I am a bit of a workaholic. The grand observers who attempt to point this out note that I am a full professor at the university, and I write books and journal articles, and I have a private clinical practice where I do therapy and provide consultation services. I also move trees, build stone walls, move mountains, build dams. Sorry, the last 2 were just to see if you were paying attention. Anyway, I do get their point, and there probably is some truth in what they say. Perhaps I do spend too much time doing these tasks as opposed to all the things I suggested that you do in the preceding chapters. But I am working on it, and I have Bud as a constant reminder and invitation. In fact, today was a great example. I was up early as my body rhythm seemed to demand after making some coffee and opening a window for the morning breeze. I gathered my notes and sat at the computer to begin my writing. I wasn't particularly inspired, but my rule is that I will sit and try to write something until hope and inspiration follows. Well, I had been sitting for some time, and inspiration must have hit the snooze alarm, so I sat. I reviewed notes, I wrote a few lines, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere came this barking. I banged my knee on the desk. It startled me so much. As I turned holding my knee, I saw Bud. The dog is nuts. He was sitting in the doorway to my office. He barked, stood, sat, barked, then he ran down the hall, came back, barked, and ran back down the hall. By now I figured that he had seen one too many Lassie movies and was trying to tell me Timmy was in a well. Anyway, I got up to see if something was wrong, and what did I find? A clothes basket, clean clothes, and inside the basket, Bud. No Timmy. No well. Nothing wrong. Just a 14-year-old dog acting like a pup and wanting to play. What a great friend he is. What a model of health he can be. Okay, so that's the end of part 16. We will move into part 17 on the next video, and I will see you there.